Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here with an afternoon update on Tuesday, November 6th. It's looking more and more likely that we'll have accumulating snow along parts of the I-95 corridor tomorrow and tomorrow evening as a nor'easter moves up along the east coast. There's cold air already entrenched in much of the mid-Atlantic region and northeastern part of the country, and given the offshore track of this storm tomorrow into tomorrow night, it looks like much of that cold air will remain intact throughout the duration of this upcoming storm. The couple of U.S. model runs now, the NAM and the GFS, both have relative agreement that it'll be an offshore storm and enough precipitation back into the I-95 corridor that accumulating snow is a real possibility. Let's take a look at a couple of these different computer forecast maps now. This is the GFS map for tomorrow night, and this has the storm offshore 100 miles or so off the mid-Atlantic coast by tomorrow night, and with a band of precipitation on its western flank all the way up and down the I-95 corridor. And indeed, it looks like it'll be cold enough for some of that to be in the form of snow. The coastal locations tomorrow and tomorrow evening along the Jersey Shore, for example, will have rain with a lot of wind. Their winds could gust up to 50 or 60 miles per hour along the Jersey coastline. Inland, however, it looks like this precipitation will change to snow later tomorrow into tomorrow night, and there can be a quick burst of a few inches of snow up and down the I-95 corridor later on tomorrow into tomorrow night. This is the GFS model run. Now let's take a look at the latest NAM model run. And here it is, the NAM model run for tomorrow evening, and if anything, this is a little bit more impressive than GFS with a little bit more precipitation. But again, the general idea is the same: an offshore nor'easter with cold air in place, represented here maybe by this blue line right here, and precipitation going all the way back up and down the I-95 corridor, and much of that will be in the form of snow. Again, along the coastal region from New Jersey up to New York City, where they don't need it, there'll be some rain with wind, but even there, even along the coast, it could very well change to snow as the storm moves up slowly to the northeast later on tomorrow and tomorrow night. That's always a little risky to predict accumulating snow this early in November. The oceans, of course, are still relatively warm, but here are a couple of different models for Philadelphia. This is the NAM model, kind of an hour-by-hour forecast for this storm tomorrow and tomorrow night especially. And notice here for Philadelphia here, this is the NAM model run right here, has almost 2 inches of snow here, some rain changing to snow, and then kind of back into rain over the duration of the storm. But this particular model is putting out a couple of potential of 1 to 2 inches of snow here in the Philadelphia region. Now let's take a look at the GFS model run. And here it is, the hour-by-hour forecast from the GFS model run for Philadelphia. And this is a rather scary-looking scenario here. This is putting out more than 9 inches of snow here for Philadelphia. Now, again, that's, I believe, on the high side, but nonetheless, it's a red flag here that this model has several hours of snow here, and then as it tapers off, it maybe changes back to some lighter rain. But nonetheless, the combination of the two is indicating a good possibility of some accumulating snow tomorrow and tomorrow evening in the Philadelphia region, and I believe it'll be up and down the I-95 corridor. Perhaps Philadelphia will be kind of in a bullseye here. We'll just have to monitor that over the next several hours. Here's one final piece of evidence here, the Canadian model here, and this is a depiction of the precipitation field tomorrow night, later on tomorrow night from the Canadian model. The first two models we kind of broke down over the last few minutes were the U.S. models, the NAM and the GFS. Here's another model here that shows in blue snowfall tomorrow night from this particular storm. Again, basically from Baltimore, Wilmington, up north and east towards the New York City region, with some pretty good snows falling right over the Philadelphia region, and again, kind of up and down the I-95 corridor, and perhaps a little bit of a mixture here represented by the yellow in D.C. But the general theme is an offshore nor'easter that allows the cold air to remain intact here. We have cold conditions today, and with this kind of a track, very well could mean the first accumulating snow of the season along the I-95 corridor tomorrow and tomorrow night. Stay tuned to the SIWeather.com for updates over the next several hours. That's it for now. I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.